Hey guys, it's Ashley Nicole. I've gotten a few questions on this topic, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. It's about my hearing aid and what kind of hearing aid I use, where I got it, why I use hearing aids, and the fact of like what is my hearing loss. It's really big, but I'm not afraid to show it off. Those are such kind comments and so true. So first I'm gonna start out by showing you my hearing aid that I'm gonna put back in so I can like hear myself talk. Okay. I'm gonna turn it off so it doesn't squeak at you. I just showed you something that's in my ear. Like that's kind of, okay. So this is my behind the ear hearing aid. So if you can see the mic, I'm trying to show you the best I can here. So there's this part that goes behind your ear. And my ear is actually very small. Like my ears, if you can see, let me just turn my head and show you my ear, you know? I don't know that. My ears are actually tiny, tiny, tiny. However, the significant hearing loss I have calls for this type of hearing aid. I'll tell you why in just a minute. I'm just gonna show it to you. So you just put this in my ear and it goes in as much as it can. And then this is the microphone in the back and there's buttons. And so there's a top button. It's the volume button and it goes up and down. I think this hearing aid actually has like literally like 80 programs, but I'm not sure. I only use like up to 8, I think. And I don't even know what all the programs are on it, to be quite honest. But so this button on the top shows the volume. This button right here, right below it, it turns it on and off. So if you were putting it in your ear, I'm gonna turn it to my left. But if you're gonna put it in your ear, you're gonna turn it to your, I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. The button below it is the down volume button. Just kidding. Okay, so up volume, which is not on, down volume. Okay, now here's the button that it's a little bit different. It's not as flat. And so I'm gonna turn it to my left, you're right. So I turn it on by moving it to the side, and then I turn it off by doing that. And then this on the bottom is like your programming as well. You program the hearing aid to whatever. It can go up and down as well, different programs. I really don't know all of the programming. Let me put this back in so I can hear. Okay, I don't really know all of the programmings on it because I don't use all the programs, but what I can say is it is the best hearing aid I have ever used. And I say this because every time I get a new hearing aid, it's like, wow, I can hear. I've lost a significant amount of hearing loss in basically my whole life. So whenever I get a new hearing aid and it works and it's digital and I can hear really good, I'm very grateful for that. So yeah, this really is. And it's bigger because it's rechargeable. So it does come with a cable and it does come with a charger, and I just charge mine every night. You can charge it every other night, and I do that as well. But you know, so charge it every other night or charge it every night. It says like 3 hours or this or that, but I just put it on the charger tonight, and that way I know the next day it'll go. It won't hurt it, I promise you. It's better to have it charged longer than to not have it charged enough. So, sorry, my forehead itches. So, I used to wear 2 hearing aids. The reason that I stopped wearing 2 hearing aids is because my right ear, like, I could benefit from that. The hearing aid, I do have hearing loss in my right ear, but it's not as significant as it is in my left ear. And so it almost adds too much. Like, it helps in certain situations. But I wear my hearing aid mostly for conversational purposes, if I'm traveling, like independent-wise, or for me to be able to hear cars, you know, if I'm crossing the street with my white cane or my crutches or whatever it may be, I have got to have that hearing aid. Like, that's like the first thing I do in the morning. I put it in my hearing aid because if not, I can't hear. So my left ear is significantly worse than my right ear. So the hearing aid, I am and could wear a hearing aid in my right ear, but the left hearing aid is so strong, it balances out my right ear. So I technically am okay going without the hearing aid in my right ear. But so we've tried the smaller BTE hearing aids that aren't as big and they don't have a big microphone, because I'm not really worried about, showing my hearing aid if it shows. As long as I can hear and it helps me, that's the most important thing. So I've never been one to worry about, oh my gosh, can people see my hearing aid? I'm not like, hey, look at my hearing aid, but people are gonna see hearing aids. People are gonna see glasses. They're gonna see these things. And so for me, that's the most important is it helping me, and that's okay. So we tried the smaller hearing aids before, even smaller BTE ones, but my hearing loss is just so significant that the microphone and stuff, it would work for a little bit and then I couldn't hear as good after a while. So we had to go with a stronger power hearing aid. I do apologize if maybe you can somehow look up the image of this hearing aid, rechargeable BTE hearing aids behind the ear. You can probably find this. I've had this hearing aid for a little while, so I don't really remember which, sorry, my nose, I don't really remember exactly like which one to tell you that I picked out because there's so many. But I can tell you, it does come with the right one. You can order a set, but hearing aids can be very expensive. So, but I'm pretty sure if you look it up, you can be able to find the one that I have, if that's what you're looking for, or something similar to that. I had assistants help ordering my hearing aid, and so we looked through tons of different ones, and this is the one that fits with my hearing loss. You gotta put a lot of things into factor. What is your hearing loss? Obviously digital these days is like the best thing. But I'm sure if you look up rechargeable hearing aids, you're gonna find a lot. And some of you that might be skeptical of something, don't be. I can understand why, but let me tell you why. It's one of those things that when you're purchasing a new hearing aid, I've gone into the ear doctor several times, and this is no critical comments, this is just how things go. So I've been wearing hearing aids for a very long time, and I got my first pair of hearing aids Christmas time, back when I was little. And they did a great job, but at the time they had to wean me on, one hearing aid, then 2 hearing aids, and they were great. Like, they were awesome. But after a while, like, you have to go in to get your hearing aids programmed every time your hearing changes. And that's what was happening with my hearing. I kept losing hearing, and it was just, they were like, oh, you need a new pair of hearing aids, or they would program the ones that I had, but they weren't really something that I could hear good with. Like, the hearing aids would sound muffly, or they would program them on the computer and like, go home and try these, and I would tell them, I can't hear clear out of this. Well, go home and try it and see. And it sounded like either rain or just muffly noises or something like that. And it was not suiting my hearing loss. It was at least giving me something. So I can't say it didn't help. It did, trust me. That was what I had at the time, and I was forever grateful, because without those hearing aids, I literally couldn't hear. I have a 50% hearing loss in my right ear, a 55% hearing loss in my left ear without hearing aids. That's gotten significantly worse since then. However, with my hearing aid, I can hear just fine. Sure, there's gonna be situations where it's like, I can't hear you, like in a crowded area. I will take my hearing aid out if I'm either in a really crowded restaurant, because it picks up too much conversations or feedback and noise and all that, and then I can still talk to people, because I have enough hearing in my right ear where I can talk to people. Now, if my right ear was as bad as my left ear, I don't think that I would be able to do that, to be quite honest. Because when I take my left hearing aid out and someone comes up in my left ear, I can't hear you as good. My left ear doesn't have directional hearing that I need without hearing assistance. But my right ear does. So I can technically talk to people without my hearing aid in, but it has to be in the right setting. So like, I won't wear my hearing aids if I will not wear my hearing aid if I'm in a really loud restaurant or if I'm on stage performing. So you would think, well, don't you need your hearing aid to sing? So if I'm just in here singing, yeah, that was awesome, right? If I'm literally in here singing like a song, like, hey, what would you say told you that nothing else mattered. Okay, you get the point. I would need my hearing aid. Okay, but when I'm on stage, I have a microphone. And that microphone actually amplifies my hearing enough. This is not for everyone. This is just for me. That microphone amplifies my hearing enough to where it's echoing in my ear, adding that I don't need the hearing aid. Plus you have all kinds of instruments on stage. You know, you have this and this. I can hear enough to where I don't need it on stage. Now, once I walk off stage, I have to put it right back in because I can't hear. So I will sit in the audience and I will listen to people sing and play with my hearing aid in. Now, if it is a really loud kind of setting, I might take it out, just depending on the noise and what's going on. But for the most part, if I'm not on stage or I'm not in a very loud, crowded restaurant or a swimming pool, then I have my hearing aid in, or obviously sleep at night. But, so yes. Now, I will tell you from my experience, this is just my experience, in the ear hearing aids, I know that's a thing because, you know, they're discreet, people can't see them as well, and they're easier, but they do not really provide a lot of directional hearing, at least for me, and I've been told that as well. I have to have directional hearing, so you can bet that if you get behind the ear hearing aid, you will have directional hearing. That is so important. So if you have any type of hearing loss, mild or moderate or severe, which mine is not profound, but it's in the middle to severe. So that's where mine is, because without my hearing aid, I literally can't hear. Like, you can talk to me, I'll be like, huh, what are you saying? Like, I can hear you, but I can't really tell what you're saying. So, yeah, so sometimes I may talk a little louder and I don't realize I'm doing it. But I definitely try the best I can. So, you can actually get battery hearing aids on Amazon as well. I mean, you can go and get, you know, battery hearing aids, order your batteries. But I've been using rechargeable hearing aids now for 2 years. And I can say that the sound quality is, if not even better. No joke, even better. I don't have to purchase hearing aid batteries. That can be quite expensive. And I don't have to open the hearing aid, which batteries pop out. It was just like, okay, there's gotta be a different way. And I didn't realize they had rechargeable hearing aids now. So I would, you can probably get rechargeable hearing aids at the doctors too. So I'm not telling any of you, don't go to your doctor, don't get hearing aids there. I'm just saying for me, getting a pair of $8,000 hearing aids versus hearing aids that are $200, they literally do the same exact thing. Guys, it's not a cheap hearing aid. I'm not even playing. Like, I don't play around when it comes to hearing aids or medical things. Like, all of my medical things have come from my doctors. I don't order wheelchairs or walkers or anything on Amazon. I don't, now we did order the special needs stroller. I take that back. We did order the special needs stroller, but that was from a company, from Adaptive Mall, from the Special Tomato place. But that's where we had to order that. And there's nothing wrong with ordering medical things online. I'm just saying, like, I know it's very important to talk to your doctors and figure out what's best for you. But what's best for me is sorry, I didn't touch the camera there. What's best for me is this hearing aid. And if I couldn't hear, I wouldn't be wearing it. But I can tell you for sure, 110%, this is the best hearing aid. I do apologize, I don't know exactly which one it is, but if you can tell what it looks like, if you look up digital rechargeable behind the ear, over the ear, full shell hearing aids, that's what I got, and that has worked wonders for me. So that's all about my hearing aids and my hearing loss. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to comment down below and I will do my very best to answer them. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. Peace.